if he could just understand. And they tend to confuse understanding problems with motivation problems. We'll have that in a separate video, separate podcast. But the quick version is understanding problems have to do with lack of knowledge. For children, what's the answer of 1 plus 1? You tell them it's 2. There's a piece missing in this formula. I don't understand. Here's the piece that's missing. Plug in the formula. Problem solved. Understanding problems are pretty easy. Motivation problems are tougher because it has to do with someone wanting or not wanting to do it. It's a quick version. And so, let's talk. Usually there's a big concern or there's something bubbling underneath that they want to get to, but I'm afraid of being vulnerable. I'm afraid of being rejected. I'm afraid that he will say no. And if he does say no, and this means a lot to me, well then what am I going to do now? Say I don't feel like I have any other option. So if it's about being heard, vulnerable is a big part. If you start instead with something such as I'm having a problem, or I'm concerned, or I'm worried, something where you have some emotional component to it, again, your emotion, not a blaming thing. I'm upset because you blank. All that's going to do is spark a fight. Or the other extreme, he may listen for the sake of listening, but he's not going to hear you. Remember, a man listening to you and him hearing you are two different things. Men can listen. It doesn't mean he's hearing you. We want him to hear you and not just listen. So number 2, when you say, does this make me look fat?